Hello, AfterBuzzers, and welcome to the latest Archer Dreamland. Tonight we're covering episodes 6 and 7, Waxing Gibbious and Gramercy Halberd. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, and welcome to the Archer After Show with your naughty librarians.
Yeah!
Apparently today.
I was thinking the same thing. Yes.
That was
makes
not
me so
planned.
happy.
So we're here to talk the latest 2 episodes, which have been gruesome and
Oh my
wild,
God.
and also kind of amazing.
No, like fantastic, but dear God, I had to look away from the screen, and it's animated.
It
like,
is. Yeah, it was a lot, but also kind of the best.
things I needed in my life.
For those of you who are new, we should probably stop and introduce ourselves for 2 seconds.
No.
That's how we roll here. I'm Joelle Monique. You can find me all over the internet at Joelle Monique, every week at blackgirlnerds.com, and every Wednesday at Schmoes Know.
And I'm Alexis Torres. You can find me all over the interwebs at atorres890.
We are here being your favorite 2-person panel.
Yay!
What? We don't need nobody else.
None of this crap with bosses.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll just do the dive in. If you're in the chat, hello and welcome, and thank you for joining us. We know we switched the time on you, so happy that you're here. Quick update.
Yeah, no, go for it.
Yeah, we are now switching our time to 8 o'clock. That is when we will be showing from now on. We'll tweet about it later. Last minute changes to the schedule, but it's nice. You can be actually awake and here for
Thank
the show.
God.
What? Now we're stumbling over names. Crazy. So let's jump right in to Archer being choked the hell out at the top of the episode.
Damn, you just threw that in there.
It
Just
was
straight up.
amazing.
And I hate that, I also agreed with Mother on this. Why the hell did you draw out cops? You couldn't write cops.
C-O-P-S. No, Archer's a creative. He has to use his
No.
whole brain.
At that point, you might as well have started writing the lyrics to Bad Boys. Just shut
Bad
up.
boys, bad
Shut
boys.
up.
What
That
you
was
gonna
ridiculous.
Do? I love
That's
it.
what we should have started with.
We really, you know what?
Damn
We're
it.
fine. We're cool. Yeah. So Mallory wants to know why she's not rolling around in $1 million. It's because the cops stole it. Poor Archer has come back 6th night in a row with just nothing to show for all of his very hard work.
Also, his face has been beat for
Oh my
for,
god,
days.
I really appreciate the continuity of bruises, though. It's really impressive.
Yeah, especially because we are literally going day to day at this point, which is nice. There's not we don't know how much time has passed. It's clearly day to day because his black eye has been that exact form for the past 6 days.
It just keeps getting darker and more things covering it up.
And then he keeps getting hit over and over and over, so then it swells up over the swelling.
I really wanted him
gross.
I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but I really wanted him to stop slapping Wexler in the face with the stake
and just
use
keep
it
it
on him. You need care. He's like, it doesn't hurt. I'm like, you just can't feel it yet. Tomorrow, that sucker's gonna be awful.
All the drugs, probably. As
Yes. Oh, so many drugs. So we have Vandertunt in the room, and she is being Cheryl Carroll.
Charlene, all of the lists.
And she starts giving this really great anecdote, and Mallory cuts her off and is like, hey, don't humanize yourself.
And I was like, damn.
It
Damn.
was so cold-blooded.
But that's just how she rolls. Mallory's always been like that. And you're just like, did you just say that out loud? I think you meant that to say that in your head, but apparently you said it out loud.
What I love about the cold-bloodedness they set up so early is that it's easy to forget that she could benefit or be a part of any of these things. She's just around
Clearly.
asking for some money. So far, that's kind of the only way we know Mother in this new Archer Dream World.
I mean, not anymore, but
Yeah,
yes.
no. But at the top of episode 6, that's all we know her for is just being Mother, wanting something, Archer failing. And it's beautiful. And we forget, or at least I forgot, how ruthless Mother can be.
Yep.
So I was excited to get a little taste of that. I also like the Frankenstein monster situation.
Yeah.
Actually, that's you guys, if you know, oh gosh, I wrote a pentagram. Who that is, what it is, let me know. Drop it in the chat.
Put it in the
iTunes. I did not find it. I'm sure it's not that hard to find, but I didn't find it, and I would love to be educated, so help me out here. So then we jump over to Poovey and Cyril, who are amazing. And as predicted over this past 2 weeks, we've been talking about, is Poovey male or female? Does this person care? What are our proper pronouns here?
We don't have any.
And the show is just like, nope, we're just not going to address it. It's Poovey. Deal with the situation however you choose. And I love it because, and the way we kind of figured this out is in this episode, Cyril is like, I will shoot you in the genitals.
I love it because it wasn't like he was like completely confused. Like he knew, but at the same time he's like, yeah, genitals. You know that area
in the
that's
place
there.
where you would not want to be shot.
Yes, correct. And even like the way that she like grabbed too, it could go any way. When she did that, when she was like, "All right, go for it," I was like, "Is there an animation line? I can't see."
We've got no boob hump lines. You know, if you draw boobs and you know.
You have a little like. I mean, we've seen it with Lana and Cheryl and our hooker, which I can't remember her name. So yeah.
So we don't know, which I really am enjoying Poovey just being Poovey. Pam has never needed any kind of identification.
Yeah, I just love it because she still wears makeup though.
Yes,
which I'm fine with whether she is a man or a woman, but I just think it's really funny that they're like, we don't want to ruin this because she's flawless all the time, so we're just not gonna do anything with this, just everything else.
I forget what Vandertunt says as he's driving off after they start calling Lana transgendered, and he's like. He says something about not live your best life, but something along these lines, and I feel like it's appropriate for
Poovey as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Trinette comes back. I did not think we were going to see Trinette again this season. I honestly thought she came in for a bit, got thrown on the side of the road.
That's her name, our hooker.
Yeah.
That's who I couldn't remember her name.
Yeah.
I think I've been calling her Trish in my head.
Okay, you know what? Close, Trinette. She runs into Lana.
I love how she was like ready to like try to seduce whoever was behind the car and realized that it was Lana and was just like, I'm gonna just take your car and I'm a detective. And I was like, no, girl.
First of all, you don't look like a detective. I mean, like, let's look at your outfit. You're in a state of duress. I feel like I both like that she didn't go for female in distress, and I'm also very confused by why she didn't go into like, help me, other fellow lady. Like,
no.
I'm just thrown out of a car.
No.
She's like, no, screw you. I'm just stealing your car. That's because Trinette's a hard ass.
What did she say? Commandeer.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't tell if she actually said commandeer or if she was actually trying to pronounce it. And Lana was just like, yeah, no.
No. And of course, that's not happening because we finally learned that Lana is part of the IRS.
I love that she wanted to be an FBI agent technically, or she was kind of, but like the fact that there is no Negro agents, especially female, they decided to put her in the IRS as a treasury agent.
Yes. What's really cool about this scene is, first of all, the incredible amount of history that gets dropped on you in like 3 seconds.
Yep.
If you have any interest in the history of the FBI, hello. It's a lot of fun, especially when she calls him J. Edna, which is a horrible thing people used to call J. Edgar Hoover. I say horrible because it's not fun to make fun of people, especially someone who's as sexually and morally repressed as J. Edgar was. That man needed help. He did a lot of damage with the power that he wielded.
If you don't know what Joelle's talking about, look it up.
Yeah, definitely do. But I always appreciate a good Hoover joke because the guy was a dick.
Correct. And yeah, I know.
No, just that, a dick. I forgot to mention earlier. Cheryl Carol Vandertunt gives Archer a bunch of is it dexedrine?
Yeah, dexedrine and codeine.
Yeah. So the dexedrine is to keep you up, the codeine is to take the edge off, and he is just popping pills like
because
a mad
they're in
person.
the same freaking case and the same color pressed pill.
But I still feel like one of each, as opposed to like
you have like 6.
Yeah, he was like maybe 2 more, maybe just 2 more.
Okay, maybe 3 more.
No. We haven't seen, at least I can't recall from this season, a lot of
drug abuse.
Yes, from Archer. So can you recall?
No. From past seasons or just this season?
Just from this, because he already had like alcohol issues and he's taken a lot of drugs before. But
no, I mean, remember at one point they looked like they were eating mints and we didn't know what they were eating. Yeah. Clearly, we know what they are now.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We know he's dealing with some post-traumatic stress disorder, so he's clearly falling down a hole of addiction, which is concerning.
But it also makes sense for the time era because a lot of them did do that.
Yeah, totally. Why not? Yeah. He went through all kinds of trauma, and talk therapy is just getting started, and it's not considered very healthy at this point in time.
Neither is taking, 6 pills? 6 pairs of pills.
He's a man, and he's got to do what he's got to do. No.
Stop it. Just stop.
I really like this back and forth exchange that Trinette and Lana have about the potato box versus a glove compartment.
So I'm going to be that person who had to look this up.
Yes, do it.
Because I did not know. I was in Lana's shoes where I was like, what? I mean, I think I've heard about the potato glove box thing. I remember hearing that because I remember seeing it in either a TV show or somebody told me about it. I can't remember. So I knew about that. Not the potato in the, oh God, what was the thing that was leaking?
The transmission.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Or an egg or pepper. did not think of those things. And I was with Lana, I was like, oh, you're making like a breakfast, like omelet or something in there with like all the things.
It's hilarious to me because I knew about the potato chicken stuff, but I did not know that it was ever called potato compartment. So I was in complete reverse order. I was like, "What is that? Who calls it that? Has it not always been a glove compartment?"
Nope.
Because coming up, like, I love my family. If you ask them a question, as opposed to like knowing, they like make up stories about things.
See, my grandpa does the same shit, and I'm like, Grandpa, just tell me the truth, because then I believe stuff, and then people are like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "No." Nobody knew about that.
The glove compartment was where fancy white people put their gloves after parties. Like,
no, that's exactly what my grandfather told me. So I was like, that makes sense.
Yeah, so did not know anyone it was ever called anything different. I just thought that's what it was there for. But good to know, more history, and I love it. Of course, Vandertut pulls up and is like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Oh my God, this boy needs so much help.
Kind of the worst.
Just a little.
Just a little bit the worst. Calls everybody a prostitute, and then refers to Lana as transgender. It got a little under my skin, the transgender jokes. They just got old at a point.
There's a lot. I mean, I know that we've always had the big hands joke with Lana. That's been up for everything. Sure. But, like, the transgender thing was kind of weird. But I feel like with this season, we've teetered on a lot of very sensitive subjects. Also, again, with the gore. Like, it's like the Archer writers are just like, you know what? F it.
Well, this season, the creator wrote all of the episodes.
Oh, that makes more sense.
So
that makes so much more sense.
It's a lot more concise and a lot more.
A lot more smart, not smart jokes, but like intellectual jokes.
Yeah.
Intelligent jokes.
And there's a stronger through line, I think, this season than we've seen in past seasons. And a lot more subtext, which I appreciate. Not to say that I haven't enjoyed the joking humor of past Archer. Obviously, we love Archer. But this season's offered a little bit more, and it's been a lot of fun to watch. They figure out that Archer's probably headed toward Trexler because that's who he needs money. He's supposed to give the money to. So they take off that way. Yes. Okay. So then we get something really interesting. First of all, Cheryl Carroll is complaining about being a kidnapping victim.
And that it's just so boring.
You make kidnapping the worst. I'm trying to boil water here. And of course, Mallory is not having any of her shenanigans, but we also learn that Mallory does not know there is a secret basement underneath her bar.
Yeah, because every time Krieger pops out of it, it freaks everybody out. Especially when he has a syringe in his hand, and she's like, "What is that?"
His face is beat to hell.
And didn't even ask about that. And I love how she's like, "What is that?" Nothing.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Just like escape.
6 locks later. Come on, bro. I would have, if I owned a bar, I'd be like, "What are you doing down there?"
I would be getting my muscle, giant, Exhibit A, to rip open that door or explode it, whatever the hell you want to do. And, his face is already beat. Just beat him up, and you'll find out what's going on. Or
I mean, you could just look around and be like, "Okay, you're a Nazi scientist. Evil science happens in this room."
Yeah, or she does already know, but she just doesn't know what experiments he's doing. Mm-hmm. And she's kind of like, "What the hell is that? What are you doing?" And he's just like, "Nothing." And she's like, "I'm going to pretend I didn't see that. Moving on now."
As we approach a more openly evil mother, I hope she and Krieger team up because I love Krieger doing evil things for more evil people than he is, because he's always comes out looking like such a nice guy.
I know. And
when he's ready for the Nazis, you're like, "Oh, but look, he was trying something."
He was trying to actually hurt the Nazis.
Sure.
Question mark?
We get a great conversation with Poovey and Cyril. Cyril, heads up. No, it's not Cyril. I'm sorry. It's Vandertut.
Yeah.
If you are the only person who knows the safe word, it's not a safe word.
No, it wasn't.
Was he?
Oh yeah, it was Lana. Yeah. It was
Vandertut and Lana and Trinette were there.
See,
her name is not common, y'all.
It's not.
Yeah. Poovey threatens to shoot someone. I don't remember what that was about. Archer is too intoxicated.
Oh my God, he's had
he opened a door. He can't remember what's going on. From 2 seconds ago, it's concerning.
Yeah, especially because the door was just wide open. Especially when Poovey and Cyril get there, they're like, "Is that door open before?" And I love how she was like, because they were arguing about, I guess, the Chinese whores at this point in time. And I think she was blaming him about the door being open, and it was just a whole thing. I can't remember specifically what the argument was about. But I love that Archer was like, did I open that? No. Get it together, Archer. Smack, smack, smack. And I was like, I love his insecurities really coming out because he's in his own head. It's kind of awesome.
Oh, that's what... Okay, sorry. I couldn't read my notes earlier, guys. Before we get into the haunted house of crazy nightmares...
I can't. All the nightmare fuel.
Poovey has a really great flash forward, I think is what we've decided to call them.
Oh, yeah, the graduation.
Where all 32 of her children walk across the stage.
Dear God. Like, I love, again, also with the mustache. She had makeup on, but she had a full, beautiful mustache, by the way.
Very 80s dad. I loved it.
Oh my God, it was amazing. and how he was, I promised myself I wouldn't cry. Well, promise broken. And I was like, aw, Poovey.
Leaping, he had to go through so much. I just like how much she loves her kids and how much, like, they're willing to devote to a future timeline for Poovey.
Yep, and the fact that there's like, and there's also like the one of the Chinese wives was just like patting her on the Poovey on the lap, and I was just like, oh my God, I really hope they're actually getting along because I know this is all in Poovey's head, so I don't actually know what's happening at home, but I really, really hope that it's okay.
Well, they're also there for one, and then for two, like, Poovey treats people really good, and we know she knows how to lay it down. So
that's why I think it's like I don't mind Poovey this way because I think it's pretty awesome. But in my head, I was like, I know where Archer's coming from because he can't really see Pam as a female sometimes because of the way that she acts. Yeah. But at the same time, he knows from past seasons. They've had sex, and it was the best sex he's ever had. So I don't know what his subconscious is doing to him in this scenario by making
But he also said Poovey was his best friend, and I think that by removing gender, but not personality, he's able to be like, this is my best, like, bro.
Yeah, which, because he can't really bro out with anybody.
Do you feel like a lot of guys, once they're, like, over the sexual attraction, and they're like, oh, are we just friends? Okay, we're bros now. Like, I have to draw a very deep line in the sand that you are no longer
feminine to me. And it's extremely deep, because her feminine side is gone. Completely wiped away. Which, again, is fine, because Pam can do that, and I'm totally fine, because I'm still attracted to her in that sense.
Totally.
But at the same time, it's just interesting to me how Archer has just went, oh, yeah, we're totally dudes now, and it's all great. And Poopy's like Pam in his head is like, all right.
to inception that in his head, Pam's best life is when she is surrounded by like a bunch of women who super love her.
And give her a bunch of babies.
Yeah, totally. She wants to be a dad, which is kind of cool. And I like that this is what she's living for. She's like, screw you, I do have something to live for. And in her head, it's the graduation ceremony. And do you know how much it'll cost to send all these kids to Stanford in 1967?
Yeah, I was like, Poovey, you don't make that much money.
You're a cop, girl. Where are you getting all this cash?
Apparently from all the ransom money for other things, apparently, and kidnapping rich people.
Let's hop into this haunted house of nightmares and death.
Do we have to?
We really do. I feel like the fans would not be proud of us if we just didn't stop talking.
I'm going to let Joelle talk. I'm going to go cry in a corner.
Okay. She does not like horror movies, for those of you wondering where this reaction is coming from. She is sunshine and goodness, Alexis. I'm dark.
Which is funny because
love this.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I can... It's weird because I can do it with anime. I can't do it with anything else.
Is it because anime is more fantasy and a little bit removed from...
Maybe that's what it is. And also everybody is shocked all the time.
That's also fair. Even the smallest things, like they're holding hands. Oh my God!
Yeah, so they understand how they're my people.
Whereas this was...
There was still
I feel like we rarely see Lana, like, thrown off guard. Like, we see her mad. We've seen Lana like
happy,
upset. Yeah. We've seen a wide range, but shock is rare. It's like when she found Cyril was cheating on her, and she was like,
yeah, she was heartbroken, but immediately went into rage.
Yeah, she was like, me? Oh, I don't think so. Her jaw hung open for like a good 15 seconds, which says a lot to me about the scene. Let's just get into it. I believe Archer enters the house first.
Yep.
Then Pam and Cyril.
No, wait, Pam and Cyril. Archer, then Lana, Trinette, and Vanderton.
Yes, okay. So this is the order. They are all searching the house for the same thing.
I love that they can all hear each other, too.
Yes.
Kind of.
It's funny. I like when Cyril tries to hide, and he's like, no, I'm protecting the ransom money from all these witnesses. Right, I should come out. And then, of course, Poovey's just like, we have to take that in to the police station anyway, where anything could just magically... Oh, right, you dumb F, Cyril. My God, get it together, man. You're a cop. Like, think things through.
I don't know. Cyril, sometimes I feel like actual practical things go over his head, especially in Archer's.
If you guys have been watching Genius, this is a very Einsteinian thing to do, where you're like, I'm a genius and I can break down and understand the universe and its particles, but tie my shoe? No. I won't do that.
No such thing.
So they enter and there's blood literally all over the place.
So gross.
First of all, congratulations to the colorist. You got blood right. It is a brown, dirty red. It's like coagulating on the floor. It's smeared all up and down the stairs. Something bad has happened in this house.
I have a bad feeling about this.
And somehow they find time for a Mexican standoff.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I was like, apparently Trexler waited till this long to make noises for someone to come find him.
I wonder if he had... Okay, two things. One, 3 detectives in that room. None of y'all could get your stuff together for 2 seconds to do some actual detective work.
These
you
detectives,
all fail.
these are Archer detectives.
There's actually... There's 4, right? Because Archer's a private eye. Lana's a detective for the...
Or an agent.
Yeah.
For the federal...
And then there's 2 police officers. Between all of you guys, you all should have figured something out. Second of all, when we started hearing Trexler scream, at first, the voice actor was so great, and his cry was really funny to me, even though it was in an awful situation.
The worst situation.
But it's just like a weird growling kind of moan thing, and it was really wonderful.
It's so awkward.
Casper?
Really no, why would the friendly ghost be making these noises?
Get it together. And who follows that noise? Thank you, Trinette. It's what we were all thinking.
Well, Lana does, apparently. She's like, I am an agent, and I'm going to find out where all this terribleness is happening.
Yes. I honestly thought that maybe Wexler had passed out from the pain and was waking up again. Or maybe Barry is giving him a little stab to get a rise out of him and bring people up to him.
Sure.
So they do follow that noise. And what we are greeted with is the most gruesome, twisted bodies, cut open, blood, Last Supper death of Trexler surrounded by his boys, I believe he calls them, essentially his bodyguard / gangster / henchman people. This is as gruesome as Archer has ever been. And it was freaking awesome.
Yeah, we've had dead bodies before. We've technically done poke to dead bodies in the seasons before, but this, the fact that he could Barry had enough time to contort dead bodies or torture them, whatever the hell you want to call it, to look like the Last Supper with just objects, just household objects.
Hammers and crowbars and
swords
and all
shit.
kinds of stuff.
It's too much. It's too much. And I'm glad that Trexler wasn't actually hurt. He was just tied up at Jesus in the middle.
He was just surrounded by everything. I for sure thought at first that there was something through his arms getting them to stay in this position.
It's just rope.
But no, he was totally fine. So let's go into Gramercy and Halberd, which, if you didn't know, Halberd is a Swiss weapon that is two-handed, used in the 14th and 15th century. It looks like a very long and giant axe and had a heavy role in this episode.
Quite a bit.
I'm still not quite sure why.
It was the star. It was the star of this entire episode.
If there were guest starring roles for weapons, the Halberd would have gotten it here.
Yeah. It should say that in the credits.
I like that they start off with a cliche in a lot of movies, which is the definition of insanity. And then they give it, but it's way later. And it's when they're all trying to shoot Barry. Barry is full cyborg, although they're calling him a robot because the term cyborg does not yet exist.
Nope.
And he's deflecting all of their bullets.
Wonder Woman style!
Yes, totally. It's really awesome. Except that learn, you're detectives and PIs and cops.
Apparently they just thought that they could shoot over and over and over because apparently people in the 40s, that's all they do is they just run and gun apparently, and they don't use their brains. I don't know.
So foolish. We have Len Wexler is kind of losing his business a little bit when the guys get away from Barry after shooting. Archer and Wexler go one way, the crew goes the other way. So Lana does her best to handcuff Barry and lock him in the room.
Why the hell did she think that was going to work?
Girl, you just saw him block bullets. You think the little chain between your cuffs?
And also he put his hands through the door.
Which they already just said was 6 or 8 inches thick. nothing is stopping him. You need to go.
I love how she's like, oh, but that's made out of wood. Metal should stop him. I'm like, he's made of metal, you dumb hoe. I love you,
but no.
No, like,
Yeah.
I mean, also, can we talk about Vandertunt being the only one who got ricocheted?
4 times we got magnets in your bones.
I love that she said that. I thought it
Yeah.
was so funny how she was just like, how are you the only one who got hit this entire time? And he's like, I don't know.
I was like, how nobody cares.
No,
Like,
because
we have
he
things
is,
to do. Just go.
He's a pervert.
He is awful. While on his snapping, of course, Archer is getting frustrated, so he slaps her in the face a couple times with the steak.
I wanted to eat that.
It looked delicious.
Yep.
Hold on. What does that say? Stay for supper. Oh, I like Barry's line. If you're not going to stay for supper, and Vandertunt's like, I don't think I could eat.
Yeah, I did like that line. That was hysterical.
I was upset we didn't have the ricochet drum.
Yeah,
which
but I
would've
mean,
been
we
perfect
weren't
there. We weren't at the club, but
that would have been really funny.
if we could have cut back to the club and got a moment
and then come
there,
back,
yes,
I would have been very happy.
for 2 seconds. You didn't even do anything this time. That would be great.
I miss Ray.
Me too. Ray is the best. I hope we get some more storyline coming up because we've been absent Ray these past
We only have 3
episodes.
episodes left, so I hope we do.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
We get Krieger admitting that he's a bona fide scientist as Wexler is telling Archer about how Barry became a cyborg. Yes. I liked his mad laugh, and I like that the cat still doesn't care.
Still doesn't care.
We have my favorite new nerd question. Tin Man, robot or magic man?
Magic Man.
Magic Man. Chat, put it down. Tell me what you think. Twitter us. Let us know, because I was caught up in this question. My nerd brain melted down. I was like,
No, I think
because
he doesn't have mechanics. He's empty inside.
he
can't
also
be a
was
robot.
never given. He didn't have, like, to me, an android or it is like or a cyborg has to have a human soul. You know what I mean? Like RoboCop was a guy who was changed into.
So he's more like the Terminator, not like our Terminator, but like the what's the evil Terminator? Why can't I think of his name right now?
Not the T2, but the
other one.
T1000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, potentially, but the reverse side of that is, like, he doesn't have gears or anything.
That's what I'm saying. He's
him move
empty on the
either.
inside, so that's why I'm like, he's used by magic. So he's a magical robot.
He's like a magic can that moves. I don't know. I have questions, and I would love you guys to help me build some parameters around what the Tin Man is.
I need to know.
I like also that Wexler only mourns really more. He's like, my boys, Fat Mike. And I'm like, just Fat Mike.
It was like Mike, and then he said Fat Mike, so I couldn't tell there was 2 Mikes in his group, and I was like,
yeah, Fat Mike.
I was like, what's happening? Do you only care about the Mikes in your group? Are they all named Mike? Is there an Ike? That would be really funny.
Yes, and then Wexler figures out that it was Archer who took the girls, that he saved them, and he's like, hey, you're an asshole, which is silly and foolish because, you know, forced prostitution is a no-go.
Correct. Renji in the chat says we only have 1 episode left. We need to confer on that. So
We only have 8 episodes this season?
I don't know. We need to look it up later.
Wow, if the finale is coming, my God.
I'm not ready because that means you have to wrap all that up in 1 episode.
Yeah, and I feel like there are a lot of loose ends, but we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
You guys are smart. I'm not gonna take that from you.
Yeah.
Come on, what are you hourly? Yes.
Oh my God, I love that so much.
It was so great. I really like the scene of trying to get Vandertunt out of the house. Poor Lana is trying to get everybody organized. The car won't start. Vandertunt lost his keys, maybe in the house. They don't know. They're trying to start the car. Pam is back to being Pack Mule Pam, which I love. Of course, the brake is not on. I like the way we're bringing up really old jokes without having to go past our timeline.
Yeah, which is great.
It's been a lot of fun.
But yeah.
We get a great verbal joke. Priapic, for those of you who don't know, is resembling a phallus. Whereas priapism is the prolonged erection. So,
Oh my God.
there you go. Science words I didn't know, so I'm sharing them with you.
Education with Joelle, Monique.
Turns out Vandertunt did not lose his keys. They were just in his pocket because he is an idiot.
Because he's a giant idiot.
And you would be the first to go in the apocalypse.
Oh yeah, are you kidding me? Like when he when he lit his pipe in the mansion when Lana already told him don't do that.
Yes.
But did it anyway.
You could go.
Yeah.
You had a good question. We jump back to Mother and Cheryl Carroll and the bodyguard. Now, Mother says I have to wrap up. We have to wrap things up. Some lovely violin, pretty music is played. The bodyguard makes a weird kind of grunting noise while looking at Cheryl Carroll, and then she goes, no. Now, was the bodyguard in love with Cheryl and excited to marry her? Or did he have a kill boner and he was very excited to murder this girl?
Because I can't really tell, because the way that she worded it was like, we have to tie up loose ends.
Yes.
You and I know that tying the knot is a thing.
Sure.
So in my head, I was like, was the violin swooning of the music me like, oh, I'm gonna marry her? Or it's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna kill her and it's gonna be so joyous. Like, I don't know. I need these questions to be answered. I don't care about the Tin Man question. I need to know this. This right here. I need to know what the hell's happening in this dude's head.
It's made twice as confusing because either could please Cheryl.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
because
if
he does like to choke people,
and she would be about it.
Oh my god, all about it. Or if that's already happened, and that's why he's in love with her.
We get another flash forward with Poovey where she's celebrating her 1100th birthday. Which, first of all,
what are you, a hobbit? What's happening?
I really like your gusto. I like that you're like, no, I'm gonna live for 1,100 years.
Oh my god,
it's totally cool. Don't question it. With her very extended family because she had all those kids and all those kids have now had kids.
So many children.
But how sweet is it that she's just like an old person, like cuddling a baby, like smelling the newborn, and like maybe they've got a diaper change for us.
I love it because I was watching that at work, and someone was watching with me at lunch, and they were like, "Why is Pam smelling the baby?" I'm like, "Do you not know how old people are? They do that stuff."
Dude, first of all, new babies smell amazing. Don't question it. They're just they're like fresh new life. It's amazing.
It's adorable. And two, especially at least maybe for me, maybe because I'm Asian. Old Asian people, that's what they do. Filipinos, that's like their favorite thing to do with kids. They're just like, oh, you're so cute, and I'm like, oh my god, what is wrong with you?
I love it.
But yeah, so that's what I thought of. But like, I know that some people also didn't have a problem with it. They're like, yeah, I'm grandparents.
Bless you, Poovey. I hope we get like a final resting story for her.
Oh my god, I hope I don't see her.
Or for them. The flash forwards have been really great.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So Archer and Trexler make the dumb decision to climb up. Archer says it's so that when they climb down, it's the last place Trexler is looking for them because you expect the principal to run right out.
He's also high as shit, so that doesn't help anybody.
Yeah. So they're shipping down the pipe. Of course.
Shimmy.
Of course, here comes Barry with his. I had it. Halberd. Yes. He chops on the pipe. They fall. They're running. They finally get the cars up and going. And of course, Archer and Lana have to start a fight about who's driving the car. Is this the time, children? Is this when we do this?
But this is how they've always been. They always pick the worst times to argue. And I'm like, your guys' lives are at stake? I mean, especially when like Lana was pregnant. At one point when she would start arguments, I'm like, why are you doing this? You're pregnant with your child. Can we not do this? Can we move on with our lives?
So stupid.
But it really brought their personality and their relationship into light of just how they just can't stop arguing.
It's true. We see here Barry invent the hero fall, which is really great.
So cool.
And then he takes off like the T-1000 after our guys. But Archer has a plan. He gonna smash him with a car.
Several times.
Yes. Does not work. So he takes the Halberd, smashes into the car. He's dragged for a bit. He had another interesting question. How much of Barry is robotic? Now, I saw his arms and legs being removed, but Alexis noticed today that he's being dragged on his stomach and keeps no effect.
And he's also being like, thrown around on the street. And usually, if anybody of our other characters you'd see like their clothes rip up. You would see
street rash, all kinds of stuff.
Like all of the things. And he got none of that. He got back up like he was fine. I'm like, if your innards were still innards, you'd be in pain, broken ribs, all of the things, including your face. Like, I mean, I don't expect a Terminator half face. Like, that's not what I'm expecting. But at the same time, I'm like, you're still human technically. Shouldn't you be in pain?
What's going on? Maybe I just started playing with the app today. If you guys have been using the Archer Dreamland app. It's a lot of fun. It requires you to really look at the show. It can be a little bit challenging, especially when you find the thing you're supposed to be looking for and the thing doesn't pick it up. But I also know that they're delving into some other kinds of mysteries in there. I haven't cracked one yet, so hopefully next week I'll have cracked a couple for you guys and we can talk about that a little bit more. After Barry is dragged, he lets go. He gets on a motorcycle. It's like the chase is relentless. It's like on and on and on. So he's on the motorcycle. He chases him down. They have a back and forth where he's taking the Halberd and smashing the car, and then Archer turns to stick around and junks up his wheel. He falls off, as you mentioned. He's not hurt, so we're still curious about the whole robot thing. Robot to personhood ratio.
Yeah.
But then Archer has his deepest, darkest meltdown. and he drives over his head and then backs up over his head and then drives over his head and then backs up over his head.
Pretty much just like ran him over at least 4 times.
Yeah.
And that's again where my question of like, how durable is Barry? Like, again, if you had normal parts, it's not just like if it was not just your limbs, you should be like strewn all over the place.
Yeah, you should be a mess, but he's still somewhat together.
At least from what we could see.
Yeah, his head, we did not get a final head. We got it the first time he ran over him, but not the second, third, or fourth time, so I don't know if his head popped like it should have. We also got, we'll just go back before we do our final big reveal, Lana trying to arrest everyone in a car. She is not driving without handcuffs or an arrest. No, girl, that's not how we do arrests. You tried it, but you failed.
And I love how she was trying to get him to drive them to the federal building to get arrested.
Here's what I love about Lana, because this is exactly what I do when I can't win. Like, oh, I thought your game was ejaculating all over a girl's dress during foreplay.
And the entire car was like,
So embarrassing. Wouldn't you just die?
I love that. That's what Drexler said. I was like, wow, really speaking to my teenage heart there, Drexler. Thanks. It's like, wouldn't you just die?
It is just awful.
Yeah.
So she got petty with it, and I don't blame her because F you, Archer. You're very annoying. But then we get this moment with Drexler. Now, Drexler, not necessarily our most reliable character, right?
Right.
But he does drop this bombshell of information that gets us thinking all these new questions. Archer, as he's going into his sleep cycle, is like, man, all I want to do is find out who killed my partner Woodhouse. And Drexler's like,
wait, go back. The Halberd. No. Before that, Woodhouse. Yeah. But I agree with you because I didn't think when he said it, I couldn't tell if he was lying. But I don't see a reason why he would now because he saved his life.
Yes. The information he gives is that mother killed Woodhouse.
Oh, you guys should have seen Joelle's face.
I was in shock. Alexis watched before she came.
I did.
So she watched me watch the show.
So good.
I could not believe it.
I'm so sad I didn't videotape it, but I was like, oh my God, you guys.
It was a fun twist. It was exciting. It makes me look at Mother in an entirely new way.
Which we should have been looking at her in that way in the whole time. I'm so upset.
And I know that we get little hints of it here and there throughout the show where they're like, oh, Mother, like, she, Archer says some, like, weird things about her. We've seen her have these off-color comments. But, again, it's Mallory. And Mallory, at least in appearance to the audience, has always been one of the good guys. Terrible mother.
Oh, my God.
Not even really great at running her organization.
No, because she keeps running it into the ground, period. Like,
but not necessarily evil.
I mean, but she was the best agent, though.
Yes.
Like, ruthless in every way, shape, and form. We've seen it.
Yes.
Several times.
So, Complex Mallory comes out. If next week is the finale, holy crap. I look forward to figuring out how they're gonna, it's Archer, so they're gonna wrap it up. It'll be fine. But I'm looking forward to seeing why Mother killed his partner, Woodhouse.
I bet she's gonna
and
be
what she hopes
stupid
to
reason.
gain. I'm also now sort of worried for Cheryl Carroll. Like, do you live? Are they gonna have to kill you? I have so many questions for next week. With that, let's get into predictions.
Real quick.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Totally. So, what do you think's happening next week?
Okay, so I think that we're gonna get into a huge argument with Mother. Drexler's still not gonna have any clothes on, apparently, because we can't get the boy clothes. He's just gonna be in his tidy whities for the entirety of the episode.
Drexler.
So if next week is the finale, I think Mother and Archer are gonna have a thing. I think Archer's gonna get into a fight with I can't remember his name, but henchman dude. I don't think anyone's going to get hurt or die. I don't know if we're gonna get an Archer Lana kiss though. Question mark? I don't really know.
Now feels like the time for romance.
But I think if it is the finale, Archer's gonna die somehow, and he's gonna wake himself up from the coma.
Interesting. I'm hoping we get Archer dealing with some of his Oedipus complex and his mommy issues, which I thought we might see more played out since they're not technically related in his dreamland, and maybe see why the sexual tension is sometimes there between
so
them.
Weird.
Yeah, but I'm hoping we get maybe a little taste of like Oedipus complex issues that he has to deal with before he wakes up out of his dreamland situation. I do want the romance between Lana and Archer, who's been sorely missing, and we felt it a little bit here as they're starting to bicker. Our whole relationship kind of based on that fighting.
Exactly.
So as that builds, romance is coming.
So I feel like we're gonna get like some weird romantic moment, and then when he dies, Lana's gonna be like, her usual Archer yell, and then he's gonna wake up.
Archer.
So
yeah, and then the last thing is the Vandertuts. I'm curious if we'll see anything come out of the kidnapping, if she just goes back, if there's any kind of money issue resolved there.
Nope.
None of it?
Nope. I don't think we're going to resolve it at all. They're going to take Vandertut hopefully to the hospital. If not, they're going to try to treat him with Krieger, I guess. And maybe
yes, take him to Krieger.
Yep.
So fun. And then I hope Krieger's Nazism, even though we had a really nice showing of it a couple weeks ago. I wouldn't mind if it came back up into play for whatever reason. Maybe we see him fly off to Brazil to live with some of the other Nazis or something.
That'd be so funny. I just feel like it's going to be like a Wizard of Oz moment where he's like, and you were there. And you were there. And it's going to be really silly, and then someone's going to smack him. It's going to be great.
Oh, yes, please.
If next week is the finale. I mean, again, I haven't found anything about it. You said that we were going to episode 10.
I thought so, but hey, guys, I'm not a genius. I could be wrong. But please, please, please drop your comments, your predictions for the finale or for the next 3 episodes, whatever it happens to be. Join us on iTunes. Always please remember to leave us 5 stars and little messages. We read them and we love them and they lift our spirits and they let our producers know that you enjoyed watching us. Yeah. If you're watching live, thanks for being here. We really appreciate it. Feel free to give us your thumbs up. Also, if you're watching later on YouTube, you can also leave us comments. We read those and we like hearing from you guys. In the meantime, where can the people find you?
Oh man, you guys can find me all over the interwebs at Torres890. You can find me here tonight in literally a couple of hours for the Supernatural finale that is happening at 11 o'clock tonight because it's a 2-hour special. So definitely tune in for that. I'm again on a bunch of other after shows that are happening throughout the week on here, and then we also have the Sister Network Popcorn Talk where I do Jedi Alliance. And then also, I'll be working with another podcast company called Trend Punk, which is launching on June 4th, doing some awesome stuff for just more stuff like this, actually.
Find Alexis everywhere being mother effing dope.
Yay!
In the meantime, I've been Joelle Monique. You can find me all over the internet at Joelle Monique every week, blackgirlnerds.com, every Wednesday at Schmoes Know.
Do it.
Interviewed my mother for Mother's Day for the Black Girl Nerds podcast and a bunch of the other Black Girl Nerds. It was great. If you want to know about the woman who birthed me, find out about that. An interview with, oh my gosh, W. Kim Bell, which should be coming out soon. Hopefully, I know I've been saying this, and people are like, where's this interview? It's coming sometime soon. Hopefully, we'll have answers for that. And also, I don't know, check out stuff. Thursdays, I'm here all day long, and you should watch the things. Thank you for joining us. We've been AfterBuzz Archer stuff, and we'll be back here next week, 8 o'clock. Don't forget, 8 o'clock, not 9:30.
Bye, guys.
So long.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Son of a bitch!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.